Hello and welcome to the first episode of my Feed the Beast Unleash Season 1 series. This is using the 1.52 Feed the Beast mod pack. It is currently version 1.03. We'll have that in the description. My goal is to do as little mining on camera. I don't know about you all. I hate watching mining going on. I do have a project picked out for this episode. There is some lovely mobs around me, some sheep, some pigs, cows as well, some berries. I'm going to go gather some resources real quick here and tell you a little bit about myself. Just to let you all know, I am a a programmer. Do a lot of computer work. I do have a project for a mod that I would like to come up with. It's something that hit me recently when I could not find a mod like it anywhere beforehand. So I will be releasing information on that on my Twitter account. If you're not following me on Twitter, I will have a copy of that of my account link down there in the description box, so you can click that and follow me as well. The project will be a very interesting add, I feel, to the thing, and so why not let me get started here gathering some resources, doing some mining, and get started on the first project when I come back with you all. So, see you shortly. And alright, welcome back. I've been gathering up some resources here. As you can see in my hotbar, it might give you an idea, if you've ever played this mod, what I'm about to make. Well, of course, I'm making some bread here, so I have food. I have sand, gravel, and clay. I'm gonna make some grout here. I'm gonna make as much grout as I can have right now, which should be 3 and a little bit more than a quarter of a stack, which should be more than enough. Now, this stuff, grout, is used primarily for, I was just measuring out something if it was a multiple of 8. I'll explain why here in just a second. Grout is used for making seared bricks, which we'll have our first seared brick here in just a second. And seared bricks, if you saw the very first thing that I had in my hand, which was this book, Materials Anew, come from this recipe here, used for multiple different things. Gives you the grout recipe, shows you that you need to smelt it to make seared bricks. Seared bricks, smeltery. Yes, I'm going to make a smeltery for my first major project. It looks like we've got a good bit of grout here to cook up, so I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, before I go, why I made sure it was a multiple of 8. Coal in a furnace will make 8 items per piece of coal, and I'm a person that doesn't like to waste anything when it comes down to that type of stuff. So let me see here. I'm going to get these all cooking up. Let me make my first seared brick so you can see the book that you get alongside of it. And I'll be right back after that. Mighty Smelting, which is very useful. Gives you the alloys, how to construct the smeltery here. So after these get cooked up, I will be right back. And welcome back. While I was gone, I had to make some additional furnaces here to help smelt all those seared bricks, some glass, and does that cow over there have a top hat? Hey, Mr. Cow. Hey, want some bread? Want some bread? Here, have some bread. I want that top hat. Trade me the top hat for the bread. I know. There we go. Haha. Got me a top hat now. Now let's see here. It's this key. There. Haha. Then, okay, a sheep with the squid on its head. Or is that? That's Tentacruel. Sorry, from Pokemon. All right. Anyway, sorry for getting distracted there. I've got the area up here cleared out for making the smeltery that I have. The smeltery is from Tinker's Construct. If you see all the bricks here for the smeltery. But what I've got in my inventory is what I am going to be using for the smeltery. And let's see here. We got this seared bricks. We got some casting stuff, seared tank, some seared glass, and some regular glass. We'll be using the regular glass. We'll be using the regular glass here in just a second. Now let's see here. I want this to be roughly here. This looks like a good spot. I've got to lay out the seared basin with a 9x9 base, or a 3x3 base, which makes 9 blocks. Sorry about that. Put these all down. And in the front, we want to put our smeltery control. I like having my seared tank right there. I'll place a piece of seared glass there. And on top, these are good to know exactly how much liquid is in the smeltery tank. I will be putting more of these down here in just a second. Now let's see here. Yeah. Rest of this bottom level I am going to use regular seared bricks for. And as we can see, we got this working because it's showing the fire here. Now, I want my 2 drainages to be right there. I'm using 2, one for a casting table, and one for a basin for block form. I'm also going to place a couple of regular seared bricks on the front here to make it look nice. And I want to be able to come up and see what type of liquid is in here when I come up to it. Now, reason why I did not place a seared brick or a seared tank right there just yet. Okay, the sheep with Tentacruel wants to come and see me. Hello, sheepy. Alright, we're gonna place additional seared tank on seared glass on top of that, and along this side. We'll break up this. Uh-oh. I don't have enough seared bricks to finish off the 3rd layer like I was going to. Let me see. Do I have any more of the grout available? Hey, if you see any cows with top hats on it, yeah, if you see any of them, let me know. And, oh, yeah, I didn't want that seared brick in my inventory right there. And, sand. And no, I do not have any more. Oh well. So we'll have to finish the third level at a later time. We can finish the second layer right now. Right, which the second layer gives us more storage inside this. Now we're going to take our lava bucket and place it into the seared tank right there. Excuse me about that. Alright, and now we can take out some of our metals. If you notice, I had already smelted some metals down. That's how I got my iron bucket. I also needed an iron nugget for one of the things I'm just about to cast here. Now, one of the first things you want to put into your smeltery is some aluminum in a ratio of 3 pieces of aluminum to 1 piece of copper ore. This will give us aluminum brass. Aluminum brass is what we use to make all of the items on the casting basin. That includes a nugget. So I'm going to get all this smelted and wait until it is morning, and when I get back it'll be morning and we will have all that smelted up here for you. Alright, I'm back. As you can see here, while I was busy, I decided to make a couple of Buildcraft tanks. Simple recipe for that. If you know how to use any you just type in tanks. You see it's just a pattern of 8 glass in a chest formation for the vanilla. I much more prefer the hardened glass, but that's a lot harder of a tank to make. As you can see here, I've got 8 ingots of aluminum brass, which is what we use to make cast. We're going to make our first cast here. If you notice, the cast hardens around the item. We hit the item, we right click it, and we get an ingot cast. Now we can right click the table again and get back our ingot. Hello, Mr. Pig.
Jeffrey.
And now we're going to need some more stuff from Tinker's Construct. Okay, the items that we're going to be needing is the tool station, the parts builder, the pattern chest, and the stencil table. And we're going to need 2 pattern chests. That's why I have these 2 chests right here. So let's first break all these down to wooden planks. Now we have, this should be a good start here. These, what I'm about to make is this item right here, the blank pattern. If you can see, it's 2 planks and 2 sticks gives you the blank pattern. Oh no, I think I've mistakenly, no, okay. There we go. We'll make all of these blank patterns, which, if you notice here, there is a total of, let me remember correctly, 3 times 8, 25 different patterns that we can make. Okay, and now if you notice, we're going to be making some interesting tools with this stuff. Like I said, there's 25 patterns in total, and so I'm not going to be getting all the patterns right away. I'm just going to be getting some of the patterns right now to make the basic items that I do need. And let's see here. Okay, one of the things that we do need is a chest with 2 of these. I've got 2 chests here, so I need 2 blank patterns on top to make me 2 pattern chests. I lost one of my pattern chests. Okay, I'm gonna have to report that as a bug. That I'm going to store right there. Store all of my cast patterns into that for that device. I'm going to also now have to come over here and quickly grab some more wood real quick. I was waiting until I got one of my new tools to gather any more wood. But, you know how that goes. You think you grabbed enough wood and for a project, and you keep forgetting exactly the number of pieces you need. Alright, that should be enough here, and it's already becoming night again. Alright, well, we'll live through this night, and like normally, try to finish making these items real quick. Oh, and there's my other pattern chest. Okay. Yeah, that's still a bug, so I'm gonna still have to report that. Okay, that gives me my stencil table. The stencil table is used... Okay, it's not used right there. The stencil table is used... right there, to make these patterns. If you notice, if we click over, we get an pickaxe head pattern, and we can take that. We can make us a shovel head pattern, axe head pattern, sword blade pattern, wide guard, crossbar, a tool binding pattern, pan, board, tough tool binding, which is one of the things I need, a tough tool rod and tough binding pattern, large plate pattern, a broad axe pattern, and all of these are reusable. And reusable, so you can always have the right item. Oh, that is part of the bows for this mod, which I will be trying out later. Okay, alright, and got all the patterns that we need from there right now. Okay, so let's toss all of these in here. I know one of the items that we will be needing is the tool station, but I'm not going to put that down just yet. I want to upgrade that to the more advanced one, I might actually take about 3 of these seared bricks for right now from here, so I can have enough seared bricks on me for the pattern that I'm just about to make. Let's see here, is this it that I want? Parts builder, toasty. Parts builder, okay. This is the next one. Place it down right next to a pattern chest, and you notice we have access to all the patterns inside that chest. Now, to make items out of metal, we can no longer use this table that I have in my inventory. We actually have to cast the items. So I am going to cast a few of these and show you here in just a second what I mean. Okay, so we're going to make a tool rod pattern. We're going to take a piece of stone here. I use stone to make my cast with. That way I can actually have a stone one of the items if I really felt like it. After I get done. Okay, a tool binding. And we're going to just set all the ones that we've done down here, so we can see. Now, if you notice, it says material cost 1. That means 1 item has to be added for this. The ones with material cost 0.5, if you noticed, I got that shard of cobblestone to use. Those can be, the shards are the 0.5. Now for these, that says 3, 8, 3, 8, 8, 8. Yeah, you've got to use a lot more than just one to make the pattern for it. You actually have to use the number that it calls for, 3 of them. Okay, and that gives me a tough tool rod. Okay, a large plate, which we need a total of 8. Okay, this is a bug. They already know about it. I think they're working on it. Hopefully here soon it'll be fixed. If it happens, just pick up the pattern and replace it. It will allow you to do it that way. Broad axe pattern is 8. And for the rest of these, I'm just going to leave the stack of cobble that I have in there. So to get the parts. Alright, now we've got all the items that we need to cast. And we're going to cast each one of these in here. Oh, if you noticed, when I started making these parts here, that they showed up, that showed up in other books, the second materials in the new book. Now, if for something might have happened to those, you can always craft them yourself. But yeah. Oh, I see the creeper finally. He's down by the river bed. Alright, now let's see here. We're going to start off with the items we need. Now when we cast, we don't need the number of items. If you notice, that did take 1 full ingot to make that pattern instead of 8.5. It will always take 1 full ingot. When you're casting that type of stuff in the casting basin. Now, if you noticed, I only have 5 more ingots, which means only 5 more patterns left to make. And the pickaxe will take 1 more ingot, so that gives me only 4. So I'm going to have to figure up which should be my first item I will be making here. And we only need 2 more ingots worth. Okay. Which is not too much of an issue here. Okay. How we're gonna get around not having enough aluminum brass. Love this feature. You notice right here, I have gold ore in my inventory. And the color of the liquid is a golden color. I wonder something. If I put the gold ore in there, will it let me cast anything? Okay, what is hitting me? Oh, hello, Mr. Skeleton. Love when the skeleton decides to creep up on you. Thank you for the bone. I put that to good use at my farm here. Now while that's smelting, which should be done here in just a few seconds, let's see here, a large stone plate. We need one of those. We need a plate for multiple of the items. Tough tool rod pattern. Boom, boom. Stone head hammer. It's one of my preferred mining equipment that I'm about to make here. And wow, I'm stuck full of arrows. So, oh, wait a second. Is it? Why, yes, it's allowing me to use the gold. Now, however, with gold, it takes 2 to make one of them instead of just 1 aluminum brass. So you can always use it in a pinch if you need to. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take some time off camera here, smelt my entire metals chest down. If you notice, I've got some of these ore berries, which will be part of a future project. And I'm going to smelt down all my metals and get them all formed into ingots or into other stuff, and I will be back once I'm ready to make my tools. Alright, we're back. If you notice here, I have 106 iron ingots waiting to go for what I am about to make. We come over here, we take this pattern out because we don't need this one just yet. We'll set it there. Okay, if you did notice, I did take those 3 bricks that I said I would take. I will get more seared bricks here in a bit and make the 3rd layer here, which will help smelting later on when I go down mining. And the first thing I want to make is just a basic iron pick, which is a tool binding. A pickaxe head, and a tool rod. Okay, now we put those back in here, and you will see why this is the basic tool station. What I am going to be making requires the basic tool station. and what I have in my inventory. This will also help with a few of the later items that I'm going to be making here. We take a total of 4 blocks of iron and 3 seared bricks and a pants pattern, like so, with a tool station in the middle, and we get a tool forge. Tool forge can be used just like a tool station, so that's going to be useful. We're not going to need both of them setting side by side. And you notice now we've got additional items that we can make here. First, we're going to make the pickaxe, which takes the tool rod, the binding, and the head in that form. And we get a pickaxe reinforced 1 with 3 modifiers. We're going to call it an iron pick. And there we're done. Now we've got us a very good pick, which can mine pretty decent. I'm not going to waste it on grass. Okay, that's kind of neat. I've never done that before. And let's go down here into my mine, grab us another bucket of lava just so we have it. And we're also going to test this out here. I found a lava source relatively close here, so it's not going to be too far. Oh, made the wrong turn at Albuquerque. We've got us a blue slime setting over there waiting for us. If you notice, I have it cave mode on, so I can see where I'm going. Don't like getting lost mining. Bad habit. Pretty decent. Okay, tool. Mine stuff that's equivalent to iron level. So now I have that amber that's been sitting there waiting for me. And this little hop up is towards my lava pool. Alright, now that we got us another bucket of lava, saw how this tool, the iron pick, works. Let's make a couple other quick tools. If you notice, I put my torches on the left wall. That actually helps me out a lot, figuring out where I'm going. So, but still with that, you can get lost down there. And once we're back up, this little hidey hole is where I've been sleeping at night, just to let you guys know. And I'll be making some more tools here real quick. So, show you out what all I've got in mind. Now let's see here. The next thing we need is a tough tool rod, large plate, and the hammerhead. With those 3 patterns right there, I take them, set each one, tough tool rod, cast, set it right there. I need that. I need 1 hammerhead pattern. Which, remember, it takes 8 ingots to make one of those. And 2 of these plates, which is another 8 each. 16 in total. So I have now 92 ingots, which is a good start. Should be able to make all my cast I need. Boom. And sure nothing sneaks up on me. Yeah, I could just check my mini-map and be done with it. Reason why I'm holding on to those 2 casts is I'm going to be making 2 other tools real quick. Show you each of these. Now that we've got that, we've got the hammer, and we're going to call it the Iron Hammer 1, or Iron Hammer. We're going to be needing out of here broad axe, plate. What all does this one require? Tough tool binding. That's why we made it. We'll see what each of these do here in just a second. Tough tool rod. Come on. Oh. Yeah, if you double click that while it's pouring out, if it takes multiple ingots, it'll stop at that 1 ingot for you. It's kind of a weird thing. Iron oxide, plate, and tough tool binding. Alright, yeah, that's what we don't have, is the tough tool binding. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to make... I always like calling this one particular name and my free play. Wow, that music is kind of loud. Let me do something about that here. There we go. Alright. Even though we just came back to it, it still has the pattern in a very odd shape, but that shape still makes the lumber axe, and we can call this tree topper. The reason why I call it tree topper is I'll show you guys when it becomes daylight again, which I might just have to sleep. Alright, and we need what? Plate, okay. Tough tool binding, which is still on there, and okay. Instead of that, we need this pattern. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, I should still have plenty of iron left over to make other things. Tough tool rod. And let's see here. Got the tough tool rod, so we'll put the Vader hat down. And this one will definitely be helping us out later for some of our other builds. And let's see here, we'll come over here. Let's see if we can mimic the pattern of the one. Nope, okay. Okay. And we'll call this Iron Vader. Alright, I just noticed that we're well past the wrapping up point, so I wanted to show you how some of these tools really work. We're going to start out with the tree topper here. We're going to go with the bottom there, and you notice it takes all the tree down in one hit, making it quick, easy to gather some wood. Also, the Iron Vader, we're going to be using it real quick. If you notice, I found that Iron Vader will clear out a lovely 3x3 area for us, which will make it easier. Now, the hammer is the last of the tool. Okay. Just had a very odd pop up there, so. Alright. The hammer takes out a 3x3 of stuff that can be mined with the iron. Oh, and look, more aluminum. So we'll have some more aluminum brass here shortly. So I need to get going. Until next episode, later, Gator.